Objection!
Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth, ein neues Projekt hier auf dem tjoa-Kanal von mir. Ich hatte schon länger vor, die Ace Attorney-Reihe komplett zu beenden und das habe ich jetzt vor einigen Wochen getan, indem ich jetzt die letzten 3 Hauptspiele der Reihe vervollständigt habe und jetzt wollte ich mit den Spin-Offs direkt weitermachen und da dachte ich mir, warum nicht das Ganze auch aufnehmen. Insofern würde ich sagen, ich starte erstmal den Eingangsdialog und dann gucken wir mal, ob da noch irgendwas kommt. Ansonsten erzähle ich ein bisschen mehr. Okay. Nicer Start. Ich glaube, ich werde von jetzt an die Sachen vorlesen. Und wenn ich es nicht vergessen habe, dann werde ich eine Umfrage oben rechts jetzt reinblenden, ob ich es auf Englisch vorlesen soll, ob ich es simultan übersetzen soll auf Deutsch oder außerdem mit verschiedenen Stimmen auf Englisch oder einfach in normaler Stimme. Könnt ihr sagen, was ihr am besten findet. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. The door's unlocked. Detective Gumshoe? What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? What the? Yikes. What's the meaning of this? Freeze! Identify yourself. Shut up. You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrust into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. Okay, nice. Dann haben wir schon mal unser Intro. Ich werde wahrscheinlich so, wenn es sich anbietet, irgendwie ein bisschen Ace Attorney Knowledge irgendwie reindroppen zwischendurch, falls irgendwelche Leute es noch nicht kennen. Wie gesagt, ich habe jetzt alle 6 Mainline-Spiele gespielt, also ja, sollte ich da eigentlich relativ viel von wissen. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. Okay, laufen wir gerade ein bisschen rum. Oh. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay, sir? Oder bin ich Gumshoe? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with a local precinct, and the one that is assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine, however... Ack! I don't know. Look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Ich kann gerade überlegen, ob dieses Audio ein bisschen zu laut ist. Ich hoffe nicht. Sonst steht da jetzt irgendwas. Whoa, sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing. This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Ho ho, that's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? Alles klar. Okay, logic. I get the nagging feeling that there's something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office? What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. So how to use it? First, I recall information through the logic button and then connect them together. Now to touch the logic button and recall the facts. Sounds simple enough. 1, 2, connect. Oh Gott, es gibt eine Lebensleiste. For security reasons, all prosecutor's doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my own room. What was the killer after? Gott, ich kriege nicht viel Zeit zum Reden außerhalb. You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir! Begin investigation. Okay. Vielleicht kann ich jetzt mehr reden? The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that, and when I want to examine something, I simply touch the examine button. Oh, and if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just touch the partner button, okay? I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Sigh. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. Ah ja, okay. Okay, und ich kann mich jetzt bewegen. Nice. Interessante Steuerung. Kann ich da irgendwie draufklicken auf diese Pistole oder so? Ah ja, hier. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know! I was issued the exact same model, I think. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it. So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by the precinct's detective. Warum benutzen die Revolver? Interesting. Okay, reden wir mal mit dem Boy hier. Do you have anything to report? Sir, yes sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about the contradiction. Yeah, fuck. Something out of the ordinary. Huh, I should look around a bit more. Achso, okay. Nicht mein Schachtisch. Examine. Ouch, they even knocked over your chest. Ich kann nicht konsistent reden, Alter. Moment, ich muss mir das. I had it all set up ready for you when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can set time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. Oh ja, klassischer Edgeworth. Okay. Die Leiche. They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Ah ja, das ist ganz normal. Sehr schön. What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of these before. It's a police badge detective. Oh hey, I have the exact same thing actually. What a quirky thing. Let's take a look inside. Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective just like you. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to come use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Das war ein Wink mit dem Zaunpfahl. Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. Ah, fuck. In other words, he was shot. Yup, and until the autopsy is done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once we're done processing the crime scene. Okay. Are you going to be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course, this is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. Alright, if you say so. I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to touch the organizer button. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Klingt so, Edgeworth, klingt so. Your files are all over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, and I've tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in it pointless. I recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I watered the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added clean to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day, every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled. Does he have a life? Okay, kann ich mir die Leiche generell nochmal angucken? Oder hier Schusswunde? Let's see here. Okay, das ist genau das gleiche. So. Es scheint ja, dass es wie immer der Fall ist, dass der erste Killer, den wir das Gesicht schon kennen, wie es in den vorherigen Teilen immer war. Ich glaube, hier gibt es auch nicht mehr viel zu sehen. Also benutzen wir mal die Logic-Funktion mit dem Detective und dem Revolver. Zack, zack, Connect. The revolver, the standard model used by detectives, could have belonged to our recently departed. Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What have we got here? Mr. Andrews, sir. This guy is wearing a gun holster. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Nice. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. Ah, okay, man kann es genau machen wie in Apollo Justice zum Beispiel. Ich hoffe die Steuerung. Ja, okay. Ich mache es einfach alles mit der Maus hier. Das ist der Emulator-Lifestyle. To think that it's easy to take a life with just the pull of a trigger. You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones that they use at track and field meets to start races. You take off before it's fired, everybody always ends up following your lead to chase you down for a false start detective. Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always will wind up in last place. Diese Crackster sind egal, okay. Kann ich gucken, wie viele Bullets noch drin sind vielleicht. Ah ja, only one round was fired from this. Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wresting the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? We have no proof for how. For now. Oh my god, it's too late. But that is a distinct possibility. Guess that's about all we're going to find out. We should send the body to the Jim! Why? Oh, why? How could this have happened to a guy like you? Are you alright? Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just let me be! Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body? The body? Don't talk like him. Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim looks like he just turned in for the night. Sure, just in a bloodstained suit, pal. Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, yes, I am. I'm, Jack Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime busting. I'm Miles Edgeworth, and I like you. I'm also a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office? Yes, that is correct. Mr. Murderer. Oh, then it was you. You're the one who killed Jim. Hey, don't you go jump around to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them, and only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office room. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me this entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. So it was you then, you're Jim's killer. No way, pal, you've got it all wrong. Everyone, calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you're a real prosecutor, you should know how to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Is it too early to be drawing conclusions? Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know? Anyway, let's call it truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? A pleasure to work with you. Gott, die Musik rastet aus. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then. It's your room after all. Thank you, I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there? Sir! I want you to capture the scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. Ich dachte kurz, Schlag. Machen Handschlag. Das ist interessant. I should probably give space. Alles klar. Was haben wir denn noch rumstehen? Dieses unglaublich große Bild. Ah, die Jacke. Die man aus unter anderem Trials and Tribulations kennt. Sorry, your jacket. It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer did not only shoot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in? What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, detective. Not when there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I take it you haven't noticed it yet, detective. There's a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Really? Yeah. There's a contradiction. He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. Yeah, Phoenix. Right, meine Damen und Herren. Offensichtlich 2 Schüsse wurden gefeuert, aber es ist nur eine im Revolver gewesen. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's where my deductive skills come into play. That's where my... Ach, sorry. Verkackt die ganzen Stimmen noch. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. Okay. This is it. The bullet hole where the contradiction lies. Is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should touch the deduce button with conviction. And when I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. Eureka! Lol. This bullet hole is the contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first fell the victim, and the second fell to this frame. Hey, that's right! However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true too! Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Does the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? Ah, that. It's a secret safe. A secret safe? Oh, I smell money. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. That's Vietnamese. Talk about dusty. I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here, or I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I'd installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So, what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when trial is in session. That's it. Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. Okay. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking cranny. Okay. Interessant. Now this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad. Don't you think it should be a bit too clean, ich wollte gerade sagen. Yeah, well, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. You there, the forensic scientist. Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. Secret safe adopted. Okay, muss ich jetzt nicht vorlesen. As I thought, it appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Alles klar, wird gemacht, Edgeworth. Fingerprints. Killer Goal vielleicht? Wäre jetzt mein Guess gewesen. I believe I have figured out what the murderer was after. What is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changed or the other piece of information can tell me about this crime. Okay. Schauen wir mal, ob das richtig war. Allem anscheinend nach ja. There's a possibility that the fights displayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to fight something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelf files like you've never seen before, even the library. Sure. Let's give that a try. Alles klar. Why do the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. Edgeworth schweigt. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And, so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? Cool, dass er eine Jacke auch hält. First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. You got it! Here! Let me help! So this file goes here, and that book goes there. You sure know a lot of things. You sure know a lot about the way things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay, done. Oh. Suspicious. It would appear that murder was definitely committed here. Oh, the bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh. I suspect that the verdict... I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hands and prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. But you know, I'm not good with blood, sir. I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. Die Bloodstains hier vielleicht? So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the... So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file spine indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. But I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way. Deduce ich das jetzt? Achso, das ist Bullet Hole, ich bin ein Idiot. Tja, das ist jetzt, ich glaube nicht, I guess. Was gibt's noch für Spots erstmal durchchecken? Fingerprints. Blut hat der eine Hose. Hier gibt das alles Sinn, oder? Oder? Muss ja noch vorne gefallen sein? Moment mal. It appears that the victim was sitting in a sitting position here after being shot. Also, that's why the seat of the victim's has blood on it. That would be the logical conclusion. Ach so, aber er war zuerst standing. He must have tried to support himself with his hands after being shot. There are prints on the floor too. Those must have been made when, unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. Okay, ich habe eine Ahnung, was es sein soll, aber ich habe keine Ahnung, wie ich das sagen soll. Jupp, das lese ich jetzt nicht vor, weil ich verkackt habe. Mr. Edgeworth, it'd be nice if you just admit when you're wrong. But that wasn't a mistake. That was me keeping you on your toes, Detective. Okay. Ich probiere einfach Sachen aus. Ganz schnell, haha. Okay, gut. Das war so das, was ich von Anfang an gedacht habe. There's clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. What do you mean, sir? Oh mein Gott, das ist auch einfach daneben. Ich bin ein Idiot. You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against the shelf here after being shot. Which suggests... Ich kann nicht reden. That he was standing when he was shot. But that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused the problem with its bullet hole's position? Order for files? I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh? Yeah! You can see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0. What are those doing all the way down here after 1, 2 and 3? That's really weird. Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. But the numbers are all out of order. Those white lines are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Aha, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved? They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through the files first before shooting Mr. Faith. And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Exactly. And then proceeded to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man and then look through their files one more time? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime. But why? Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. Okay. Gucken wir mal das Bullet Hole hier an. And we figured out that the killer went through the bookshelf twice. Indeed, there are many things the killer did that don't make sense. But to figure out the whys, we need more information. Das die Hände. These handprints belong to Victor, right? They make sense with body position. Yes, he must have been left. He must have left them when he was trying to support himself after he was shot. However, the final position of the body shows that it was moved. I need to go over this crime scene with a fine-tooth comb one more time. Okay, warte. Guck mal in den Organizer rein. Zählt er jetzt auch dazu, in welcher Position der Körper jetzt lag, dass er nicht irgendwie umkippen konnte? Oh, was ist hiermit übrigens? What the fuck? This. What is that? What's that? Why does it say Gumshoe on there in blood? Sache. I'd say it's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indeed. Indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait! There's gotta be some mistake! Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Help me! Say something, sir! It appears that one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after? Investigation complete! Nice. Zwar habe ich nicht viel zu dumm angestellt, sagen wir mal so.